Welcome to Quantum Coffee. I'm Dr. Nicole.
I'm Reverend Stefani.
And today we are going to talk about fear
Versus intuition. And how you know the difference.
So how would you like to kick off our fear combo? I know. In case you didn't notice our really annoying outfits today. So typically, people would be really scared to wear these outfits. However, I really like this outfit, and so does she. We're complementing our fear, as you can see, with our black and white combo. But how does fear show up in your work?
Oh my God. So especially fear versus intuition, anxiety versus intuition. That is a huge point of coaching that I do with my clients, because they're always like, I had this feeling, how do I know the difference? We're talking about this constantly. It's always a conversation. And the simplest way, and we can get into this more, especially with the psychology side of it, but the simplest way I explain it is that if the feeling that's coming up has a story attached to it. So you have this, inclination, don't go that way, or don't go to that event, or blah, 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 whatever it is. It's coming up. You don't know why, but there's a story attached to it.
Okay.
You're projecting into it. You're thinking like, this can go wrong, and this can go wrong, and this can go wrong. Or you even have memories of when I went to this place last time, blah, 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 blah. Any story, even if it's a positive story, any story attached to it is not intuition.
Okay.
Intuition is going to come out of nowhere, and you're going to go, I don't know why the hell I'm thinking this. I don't know why I wouldn't turn left here. I always turn left here. Okay, let's turn right. So intuition doesn't have a story to it. It's pure energy. Fear and anxiety are going to have stories to it, and that's coming from the inside. So when you get really good at seeing the space between thoughts,
right,
you can actually feel where the thoughts are coming from, if they're coming from the internal or if they're coming from the external.
So what if somebody doesn't realize that there is a story attached to it? So let's just hypothetically say that, I'm on the verge of doing something really, really important, really significant that I've worked for. And all of a sudden I get that like, oh shit, and I stop, right? I'm on my path to get there, but I stop.
Right.
And I'm terrified.
That is a great question.
But I don't know that there's a story.
That you don't know. That's a great question, because no one's ever actually asked that question. And that is really, really important. When you don't know that there's a story attached, you're still in the rat race, shall we say. Okay. You're still moving too fast for what's happening around you. You're still not internalizing anything. You're still externalizing everything, and you're still moving too fast. At that point, you don't know yourself yet. You may think you know yourself. You may think you know what you like to do, who you like to be, how you like to dress. But if you can't hear your checkered pattern or polka dots,
sorry, we digress.
If you can't hear your stories, you don't know yourself yet. And there's so much more work to be done, it's actually kind of exciting. It's not for me anyway, it's not the point where you're like, oh my God, I still have so much work to do. It's like, okay, let's figure this
Let's dig deeper.
Let's dig deeper. That's how I always look at it. But again, if you can't hear the stories, it's because you can't hear what's going on inside of you. You don't know yourself yet.
Right. So the way that this shows up for me is, well, not me specifically, but in the space that I work in, is that exact example. So if somebody's going, whether they're working on a project, they're writing, they're working on a degree, whatever it is professionally, and they're going and they're doing great. And all of a sudden they get almost to the end and they stop, they hesitate. And it manifests in like imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
That is their fear of, I don't deserve this. I can't do this. And those types of things. And they freeze.
Yeah.
Analysis paralysis, that's what I like to call it, where they start overthinking things. They know the path. They are good enough to do it, but they don't feel like they are. Now, backing up, as a psychologist, what those thoughts are from is, something that happened in their childhood. something that was said to them, from a coworker or a partner or a friend somewhere along the way that has just stuck like glue inside of their brain, that doesn't allow them to get past that.
Right.
Something as simple. It could have been a joke like, oh, you're not good enough to do that. And you're like, well, what am I doing here?
Right.
I don't belong here. I don't belong at this table. So how do you suggest that they get past that hump?
Right. So that's, by the way, those of you who are new here or who are just tuning into the podcast, Dr. Nicole is a psychologist, not psychiatrist. Oh, nay. Psychologist. And I am an energy worker. I'm an interfaith minister, Reiki master for 30 years, Reverend Stefani. So we have the same goals. We work with the same people, but from two different angles. So we decided that our conversations would be really important to bring multiple people together and realize we're all saying the same thing. So when I work with a client who is dealing in that space, who is feeling imposter syndrome, and I don't diagnose, but I say these are the things that it could possibly be. But what I notice in the energy is layers. And so we start with the top layer and we say, okay, well, what is happening currently right now? What are you feeling in this moment? And we start with the top layer because a lot of times if they can't hear the stories, they can't get to that deep layer. It's like the princess and the pea. And then we got to take one mattress off at a time to get down to that pea. So in energy work, the way that we do it, or when I'm doing what I call a quantum energetic intelligence session, because I can see energy around you, I don't get to the very specific, like, oh, when you were 7 years old, this is what I see. Sometimes I can zap right into it because there is a frame inside of their mind that is replaying it. So it really depends on what is being brought up in the energy. But most of the times in the moment, I can see the current reality because I see the images that you're replaying in your mind, and you may have a lot of those tabs open.
Okay.
You may have, YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and Facebook all open at the same time.
So if you're looking at the tabs inside of my brain and I'm stuck, I'm like, let's just say it's me. I'm stuck in my imposter syndrome of like, I'm not good enough to be at this table, to have a seat at the table.
Yeah.
Right. And you're going to see all of that chaos happening then and there. And my, like, what I think is my why, correct?
Right.
Okay. And then from there, you would start like reversing me backwards and asking questions.
I would start reversing you backwards. Well, no, I wouldn't start asking questions. What I would start doing is actually telling you what I see within your energy field. So in your chakra. So while you were talking just now, saying that, I could see your solar plexus going like this, boom, 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 boom. And so I know what the solar plexus represents. I know all the energies behind the solar plexus. So if I was doing a reading for you, which I'm not going to do because we're live, do not remind me again. Okay. Sure. I don't know. I would start.
Did it again.
Oh, damn you.
Curses.
Yeah. So I would start telling you about the solar plexus.
Okay.
And what those attributes are. And then 99% of the time, because I can see your energy pulsing and it's going, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. What I would tell you, you would start to feel in your body.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I start with the somatic stuff, the body stuff first.
Right.
And then it brings up your awareness in your mental stuff.
Okay.
And so then we start having a conversation, and then I start asking questions. But the first thing I do is read the energy around you because that's what I tune into. That's what I feel. Running out of breath.
Take a breath. She needs some air.
I don't know why that happened.
She got so excited about the solar plexus.
Right? I was like, so I used to play, when I played soccer.
We're digressing.
I would literally, so I would forget to breathe. They would just be like,
how many times did you pass out on the field?
Maybe like 3 times.
Maybe.
And then they were like, what's wrong
She
with you? I was like, I get so excited, but and it wasn't, well, anyway. So I get excited sometimes. Yeah. And so that's how I start. I start with the energy. I start seeing and then the conversation kind of evolves.
Okay.
And there are normally, so with you, it was just like this yellow pulse. It was like very blah, blah, blah. But then sometimes I will see, images, or like the other day, 2 weeks ago, when I saw your people. So it depends on what your energy is screaming to need. Like, hey, look at me. She's not paying attention. She's not seeing me. She's not hearing me. And in that moment 2 weeks ago for you, it was more of them saying, asking me if I was safe. Like, you have to recognize that she's protected. She's, got us. And so, bitch, better behave.
What you missed,
right,
is that I have spirits protecting me and they wouldn't let her in. So that's fun.
Right. But now I'm allowed in. Just,
that's scary.
But they had to interview me first.
Yeah.
Make sure I was okay.
She had to pass the test.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So once you start digging through energy wise and asking the questions, do you feel that it's, an easy path to get them past that block? Or is there still resistance that they need to work through? What does that look like?
That is also an excellent question. And it depends on the person completely. I have clients who I just see rapidly accelerating, moving through, and they just want to, really get down, and they're ready to accept whatever comes up, no matter how hard it is. I have this one client who literally, she came to me and she was like, I want a new job and I want a new house. And within a year, she had her own company and she had moved to a different state and had a new house. And then, she was ready. She was like, we're doing this, right?
Okay.
And there was a lot of blocks. There was a lot we had to do. And she had to quit and she had to, break leases. But after that surface level stuff, the real stuff started coming up.
Okay.
And she was like, I'm going through it. We're doing this. And it was dark. There was a lot of dark stuff that was buried underneath because she had put herself in the rat race. She had done what she was supposed to do. She was living the American dream and she was miserable.
Yep.
And so then we took her out of that space. We gave
Which is scary.
Which is fucking scary. But she did it. She was ready.
Okay.
And she was like, we're going into the spaces that I want to go in. And then, all the stuff that got her into the white picket fence and the bullshit came up. And she had to revisit those dark places. But she was so ready and prepared. And, the worst and best day of working with my clients is when they go, well, I'm good. I don't need you anymore. And I'm like, can you just make sure you call me every now and then?
Right.
Let me know what's going on.
Because you get stuck again.
Yeah.
I know.
But then there are some people who say they want the change, who say they want,
But they're not ready.
and they spend 7 years with me and they're still stuck in the, so it really depends on the person, because it's not that they're choosing to stay the victim. It's not that they're consciously saying, I can't do this. I don't want to do this, but they're scared.
So it sounds to me like if somebody comes to you and their reasoning is more external, it's not going to work. Right. They're going to be stuck in this never ending loop of there might be little changes.
That is the part. Yes, that's exactly right.
Not a full on transformation of where their destination was. Right. But if it's internal, I want this down to my core.
I want
those
to
are the
feel
people,
me. I want to
yes,
feel me.
that when they come in, they are ready. They're fully ready for that transformation. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
If they're doing it because they want them to like me, or they want to, have more money than that person, or
so
they
can have the car and the house and the whatever in this neighborhood because that's what
society thinks is right,
whoever.
or my parents would be proud of me, whatever it is. And sometimes they don't even admit those stories, right? Or they can't
They don't
those.
realize that that's what their driver is.
Right. Until they say something to me like, I don't understand why she's not calling me back, or something so small and so little. And it's like, well, are you just sitting at home waiting for that phone call? What are you doing for you? Right.
Okay.
So there, and even in those moments, they still can't see how much they're externalizing. So that was a perfect frame for it, because it really is people who are ready to just, doesn't matter what's going on out there.
Right.
This is about me. Okay. And this is about who I am and my happiness and my love for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, you know, when I have people that are stuck in that imposter syndrome, it's kind of two-sided, right?
Yeah.
So if we're in a workspace, right, we're not going to sit there and this is going to sound really rude, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to coach you through all of your mental backstory to get the product done, right? Like, this is a job. We need you to get this project done. So how do we get there? Now I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give you bite-sized pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to build your confidence because I know you can do it, or I wouldn't have given you the project, right?
Right.
So I will help you by giving you bite-sized pieces and celebrating your mini wins along the way until we get to our end goal. Okay. We're not going to deep dive into your trauma or anything like that, because it's work and that's against HIPAA.
Right.
And about $1 million other laws.
That's where you come to me.
That's where, you know, you have to seek help in other realms, whether it's working with an energy coach, whether it's going to a therapist, you know, any of those types of things to work through those things. But just being able to recognize it is like the number one, right? Understanding like, okay, why I've done these projects a million times. Why now am I all of a sudden stuck and thinking that I don't belong to be here? I clearly have this role. I have this job. I have the seat at the table. Right.
Mm-hmm. And I think
but why?
Right. And that's where I think your job is a lot harder, because you can see why. I know you, and I see that you have the ability to see the blocks in the individuals. But again, you have to look at.
I have to walk a very, very careful line.
Right. And you have to take that perspective and apply it as a team unit, which I think is really important. And if people were willing to listen, right? So there was a time back in the day when I was in those corporate rooms, because I spent, you know, many years as a public school administrator. And what I noticed in those rooms is that the listening aspect was slight.
Yes.
It was not. And when I say listening, I don't mean just sitting here listening to the words that you're saying, but listening behind the words, listening to the exchange of emotion, listening to the ideas behind the words, listening to everything that's happening. People don't know how to do that. And they don't know how to listen for themselves either. It goes back to what you were saying before, where everybody's like projecting outwardly. If they're all in the external, right? Or when we weren't talking on the cameras, when you were saying everyone thinks someone else is doing it, but no one takes initiative to have the conversation to, you know, look and say, well, what's my part? What can I be doing? They're just waiting to be told what to do.
Yes.
Things fall apart on a personal level and on a professional level.
Mm-hmm.
So they can be in those rooms. I mean, how many times have you guys read books that were about business or about, you know, running something, managing something, leadership, and you're like, oh my God, this applies to me, who I am. Like
human nature, we think everything is about us all the time.
Well, it is.
It is and it isn't.
Okay, go ahead.
So when you're talking about listening, I'm glad you brought that up, actually. So when you're sitting in a room and there's multiple people, we're in a meeting, right? And most people in a corporate setting are like, oh, fuck, another meeting. I got to sit through this, right? And you pick out bits and pieces. You pick out the pieces that you feel apply to you. The pieces you want to listen to. You don't listen to all the rest of the mumbo jumbo. You're over here, you blocked it out, and you turn on your selective hearing, and you're like, what am I going to have for dinner? What am I going to do after work? Like, blah, 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 right? Or I've got to work on this project. I need to send this email. Whatever it may be, right? Or you have the people that listen for the sole purpose of responding. To argue.
Right.
So they will listen. And then they're the people that like, oof, I've got an idea, and they stop. Their brain just stops working because they want to cut you off and they want to tell you their story and their idea and whatever, until maybe I'm going to bring that idea up, but you're not giving me the space to finish my speech. Right. So you have all these different types of listeners in a meeting. How productive is it?
Well, that's not productive at all. And so when you say it's not always about you, I hear the selfishness in that. And absolutely, I agree. But when I say it is always about us, what I mean by that is we are a cog in the bigger thing. And so if we're not listening to all of the pieces, if we're only zooming in on the way that we want to listen, listening to respond, listening to argue, listening because we have our fact right here, we're going to bring
ideas, but
we're going to bring it up and we're just waiting for space, right?
Right.
If you're not, then yes, it becomes a very self-centered selfishness. But if you're listening as a participant, as a co-creator,
right,
then it is always about you, but it's also always about everybody else. You get to expand your energy and you zoom out and you see everything for what it is, not for the tunnel vision that you are projecting it to be.
Right.
And then because when you project it to be in this tunnel vision space, when you're having those stories just regurgitate over and over again, not only are you not an active participant or a co-creator in your life, you're actually you are a victim to everything that once happened to you. And you're just letting that cycle go and go and go. And you're not seeing anything for what it really is.
Right.
So I agree with you in that space. It's not always about you, but if you zoom out, you're always part of what it's about.
Right.
And
I think that's the hardest piece for people to understand is like, not everything is directly related to you,
right,
but how do you affect the outcome?
Everything.
Like, where do you fit in? Where's your puzzle piece? Right. And not taking everything so personally. Like when you're in a meeting, and they're bringing up stuff that may or may not be working. That's not a target on your back.
No.
Unless they call you out and they're like, so Nicole, your project sucked. But aside from that, like where did it fail? Like those are the moments that if people just stop and take a breath, don't take it so personally, and understand what went wrong. And how do we redirect?
Right. And I love that you said, unless they're specifically calling you out, right? Because that's a huge resistor, right? And resistance, and people don't want to hear it and blah, 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 blah. And they're just jealous and they're just that. And they project, whatever the reasons are. There was a time, God, it must have been 20 years ago, when I was teaching high school, that I was teaching the 4 agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz, like literally 20 years ago. What year are we in? Oh my God, it was more than 20 years ago.
She's dating her.
Oh my God, it's so long ago. Anyway.
Actually, we are only 26 years old.
Right. Just kidding. So God, this kid, I was teaching the 4 agreements and the one, don't take it personally. And I had the kids keep journals and, it was kind of like freedom writers because I was going to be that teacher. I was going to be that teacher. And, it was, you can let me see your journals or I don't have to. It's up to you.
Right.
And so this one kid was like, no, you read my journal. And all he wrote was, if we're not supposed to take it personally, why are you? And I was like, oh, shit. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to respond. And this was the end of the day. It was like the last period of the day. And I had to, I had all night to think about it and then had to come back and teach all day until I got back to the last period of the day to this one student. And at the time, I took it personally. But 20-something years later, I still think about that. And now I understand how important what he said to me was. And I've replayed it over and over again, not out of resistance, not out of resentment, not out of playing the victim, but because him saying that to me in that moment has allowed me to basically, what would Jesus do? I'm like, well, what am I taking personally? It's a little mantra where I'm like, okay, where am I taking this personally? Because it's so hard sometimes to feel and see in your own energy, especially when you think I'm doing such good things. I'm teaching them the 4 agreements. Look at me. I am this amazing person, right?
Yes.
And then you're like, fuck, I'm just a gross human. Yeah, with emotions that get in the way.
Right.
But what I learned through that, oh my God, and what I had
giving yourself grace.
what I learned by that is, it's okay that we're gross humans, and it's okay that we fuck up sometimes, and it's okay to give yourself grace, and it's okay to go, it's okay to say, "Ooh, my bad, I'm sorry."
Right.
I used to have this thing, and this just dawned on me yesterday. I used to have this thing, and me and my father would argue all the time when I was growing up about, he would say, not everyone's good. And I was like, everyone is good. Everyone has some good. They're all good, right? And that naive person lived for a very, very long time in my body. And it got me into some very blind situations, because even though this person was extremely dark, there's some good inside of them. There's some good inside of them.
Right.
And it wasn't until I realized that, no, we're all shitty. We're all
We have to work to be
up. Right. And we have to work to be good.
Right.
That I was able to actually have a level of forgiveness for myself and other people that I never thought I would ever be able to get to. And it was just that tweak, like, oh no, we're all shit. And we had to actually do some work to be good. It was
you
the
consciously
opposite.
have to work at it every single day. Like, all right, today's gonna be a great day. I'm not just like,
or I'm going to be a good person.
Well, you just went with me to drop my daughter off.
Right.
When I told her what? Choose peace, not violence today.
Oh yeah. I told her to throw something at the person.
But regardless, like, just that reminder every single day. It's silly, and she goes and she's like, whatever, mom, and gets out of the car. But like, that's in her head. That was the last thing I said to her before she walked into work. So if anybody's, an asshole to her, she's
Right.
Oh, my mom told me to be a nice human today.
Right. So, where my first instinct is to not be a nice human. I have to consciously be like, okay, no, whatever they're choosing right now, whatever they're being or doing has nothing to do with me.
Right.
And I don't have to take it personally.
Nope. That's a them. It's a reflection. Whatever's happening in their brain right now is forcing them to be an asshole.
Right. Even at a fast food restaurant where they're directly yelling at you, it still has nothing to do with you.
Yes.
And you don't have to throw a drink in their face.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody screws up your food, like, but did you die?
Did you die?
No.
I think that's it's so important, because we take so much seriously, so many things. And that was a horrible sentence, but there's probably been like 7,500 horrible sentences, but we take so much.
Don't take it personally.
Right. Don't take it personally. Everything is serious. We're all going to die in every 30 seconds, every conversation, every TikTok, every YouTube. It's, oh my God.
I don't like being serious personally.
No. And it's on the other side.
I have
of that.
to be for work, but then I don't.
Right, because it's not serious. It's not serious.
No, it's all
none of it is
my
serious.
work is with humans. Humans are weird. Like, let's just call it what it is. Humans are very strange creatures. And you can be the most beautiful human on the planet today, and tomorrow you're like the ugliest human on the planet. And I still gotta like show up and smile and crack a joke and make you do your job.
Right.
So I'm not going to like absorb your energy and your shitty mood, and I'm still going to frolic in there. Yes, I said frolic. I'm going to frolic in there and, just be my normal, like, zippity doodah self. And you might sit there angry at the world, motherfucker, in me in your head.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But you know what? I'm eventually going to crack you.
Because good. And you should. People need to be just not take it so seriously. Everything is the end of the world these days. Literally, everything is the end of the world these days. And it's like, it's discouraging. It's like, come on, people, just smile a little. Like, I get it. There's a lot of things. But you know what? There's always a lot of things.
Right.
There's always been a lot of things. The only difference now is we have this shoving it in our face constantly. Where before, we're just walking down the street, no headphones, no telephone, no cell phone,
Such
no nothing.
a simple time.
Right. And we did not know other
So
than
oblivious.
the dimes in our pockets.
So oblivious to all the things happening in the world. It was great. It was a great time.
It was. And we lived like that much longer than we lived like this. And there was still war, and there was still famine, and there was still everything that you're naming that we can name right now.
You just didn't see it.
You just didn't see it. And people need to get back to, you know, get out of the fear. If we're going to go back, get out of the fear, because you're losing your humanness by sitting in that fear. You're creating disease in your body by sitting in that fear. You're allowing them to win by sitting in that fear. And going back to the stories, sometimes those stories aren't even yours. Sometimes they're stories that you see on here where you're like, have you ever had that moment where you're like, God damn it, is that my memory? or a YouTube thing I watched or something I read? Like there's so much, it's information overload. And so
like if you go down a rabbit hole too far and you're like sitting there, like research, video after video, like blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden your brain's like, yeah, was that me or was that them?
Right. And now we're just sitting in a fucking pool of fear. And you've lost your connection to the divine. You've lost your connection to intuition. You've lost your connection to your heart. You've lost your connection to actual people.
Personally, my algorithm is really funny. I choose not to go down dark holes of conspiracy theories and all the other shenanigans. No. It just makes me sad. So all of my algorithms for my reels, my doom scrolling are just ridiculous.
Like the one that I opened up. Dinosaur.
Things like that. That make me laugh. No. And I'm like, once it starts getting dark, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Right. But when you work with people one-on-one.
Oh yeah. That gets dark.
That's a huge, and you see how many people are going into those rabbit holes and going into just living in the fear, whatever it is.
Yeah. Because for either of us, when people come to us, it's because they have a problem. They don't come like instigate a relationship with either of us because they're having a great day. Like something is wrong, right? So for you, like my energy's off, like I'm blocked, you know, or I need to read or whatever the case may be. When they come to me, it's because there is some like absolute business fire going on, like you know, whether it's HR related, they've got some crazy people conundrum, and trust me, I've heard some insane stories, you know, or like the business is starting to fail, we need a different direction, we need a new strategy. Either way, like there's something terribly wrong that needs to be fixed. So like the janitor, I have to come in and clean it up, you know. And I've had people that will call in a panic, and it's like this earth-shattering people conundrum, right? And I'm like, okay, what happened? And so they'll start out and they give me surface level, but I have to continue to dig, right? Because I have to apply law and all of these things to it and make sure that what they're doing is legal, so they're not going to get sued. But as we start digging and like finding the root cause of these things and like all of the events that led up to whatever crazy situation, 99% of the time, it's something ridiculous that happened. And I just stop and I laugh. And they're like, what? And I'm like, do you not see the humor in this progression? And making them pause for a second. And they're like, oh, okay. So what went from earth shattering 10 minutes ago to they now see how we got there, right? Yeah. And the humor behind it. Okay, now we can fix it. Now we're going to find the solution. And it's really not as horrific as you originally made it out to be, where you're blowing up my phone and you're like, oh my God, we're going to have to shut the doors. Absolutely.
And when they're blowing up your phone and they're going, oh my God, we're going to have to shut the doors, what is the one thing vibrating that is in their way?
Themselves. They know the answer. So
but what's the thing?
Fear. Absolute fear. Like they are terrified that, you know, they don't know the right answer, that they, you know, they're gonna just completely destroy this company. You know, and when I talk with people, it's not always the owner, it's, you know, their HR team or a COO or whomever, right? And so just getting them to understand, like, break down the problem, like take a breath, step away from it for a second. Right. And like slow down, find your path. And once we go through all of that, like they knew how to get there. They were just frozen.
Frozen with fear. And it is about slowing down, finding the path, going between the thoughts, stopping what's going on. Frozen with fear. And they can't hear they can't hear anything. They can't listen because fear gets in their way. I got distracted by
squirrel.
I did. While you were listening, I stopped listening. I mean, while you were talking, I stopped listening. because hold on. What's happening here?
What is happening here?
I think there's a lot of liked your live. Hi, Andrew. Thank you for liking the live. I think you're the only one here. Whoops. Yeah. But thank you for liking it 1,700 times. And
It's 1,707.
707. So discussed shadow work and energy healing to real. Oh, AI summary. Oh, look at that. I didn't even know.
Very excited, right?
Yeah. Discussing the difference between it. Look at these AI summaries. Liked the live. Okay. So I'm going to turn off the live. 5 new messages. Let's see. 1.2 thousand. What is that? Oh,
I don't know.
hi, Sandy. Okay. How long have we been on here? Is there a timer on here?
I know not.
You guys, this was an experiment to see, and it's recording. So we're doing look at me. And this is Nicole, and I'm Stephanie, Dr. Nicole, Reverend Stephanie, and we are doing a new podcast, and it's called Quantum Coffee. And so I wanted to go on TikTok Live to see how we could kind of do both, because every time I've ever done TikTok Live, it's me talking to myself, and I hate that. Yeah, and so now I have a new human who can keep me grounded a little bit. I mean, it's almost impossible. It's a big job, yeah. But I really love our conversations, and we're going to start doing a podcast called Quantum Coffee, and it's going to be on every single, all the things.
We're taking over.
Yeah, we're going to do, so Spotify,
Amazon Music, Apple Music, YouTube, the Tube of the U.
the Tube of You.
The YouTube page is already set up, so you can go run this over there.
Yes, go. It's called Quantum. It's just Quantum Coffee, or is it Quantum
Coffee
Podcast? Quantum Coffee Podcast. We're really excited about it. This section with me talking to you might even be on the podcast. Hi, Minnie. Hi, Fluffy. I hope you guys are still here. No, in and out, but that's okay. Should we do live every time? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. Tell us. Do you want to see us talking?
Right.
Do you want the behind the scenes footage that I don't edit?
Right. Yes.
That would be the behind the scenes.
We're going to have to do that. I want to know how long. There's no timer. Popular lives. Are you lying to me? Hi, you guys. Hi. All right.
Can I like somebody else see how long we've been on here?
I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't think that's the thing. All right, keep going live. I'll get you to 10K likes every time. All right, Andrew, how are you gonna do that?
Magic.
Okay, so when you say keep going live, do you mean like right now we should stay live?
Right now. Like,
Or like,
I know we're super fun. I enjoy our time together.
sometimes I need to ask questions, because the simplest thing is not so simple for me.
What do we
Like, what does he mean? Does he mean stay live right now, or does he mean go live all the time? Listen, if you can get 10K likes, I'll invite you every time, Andrew. You're on board. You're a number one fan.
Way to go.
Yeah. Okay. But so every time, because I asked the question, should we go live every time? So he was answering that question. You see how my brain works? Squirrels. There's so many squirrels up here. Yeah. So every time we do the YouTube taping, we will go live.
I love that she says taping.
Isn't that what we're doing?
My kids are doing what the fuck.
We're taping a podcast. Wait, what? Oh, because we're filming it? Oh, whatever.
If you don't know what you do.
10K likes gets you on the FYP, which means more viewers. I love that. Thank you so much for this information, because I never know. Hi, Wanda, if you're still here. WandaVision.
Sorry. Squirrel.
Okay. I want to know, because,
Don't be flashing people.
I know. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Right. What does this say? Oh, 40 minutes. Oh, I thought you were frozen.
No.
Okay. So I think we have some good footage. Do I keep talking just to see
What do you want to talk about?
I know. I got distracted.
Squirrel. Stop
Yeah.
flashing people.
I'm trying not to.
Okay.
It's not a great angle.
I would wear this every day of my life.
It is really cute.
Just saying.
It is really
Kind
cute.
of gives me Alice in Wonderland vibes. Yes, no?
I mean, I think you look like a skater.
That's
Did you hear Jimmy?
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh. You said his name.
Oh, shit. Here he comes. You guys want to see Jimmy? Yeah, he's trying. Come on, over here.
He's gonna sweat.
Come on, over here. Yeah, Jimmy. Say hi to the people. Say hi to Andrew. Oh, you cry.
Oh, baby.
Okay. Jimmy's gonna join. This is a much.
Well, look, he's black and white too. He matches our clothes.
Yeah.
He's dressed for the occasion. Oh shit.
Okay.
All right. Don't have it.
Well, I should have been sitting this way the whole time. God damn it. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
That's fine. It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Apologies. Anyways, do you have anything else you want to talk about today?
No, I think that's good. I think really going back to today's heading and topic, we covered a lot. We jumped around, but fear versus intuition versus anxiety. So I gave a summary in the beginning. To me, it is if there's stories attached, no matter where they come from, it is not going to be intuition. Intuition is one of those, I don't know, but this is what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing it. There's nothing, it's a blank slate. So what would you say? What's your
I think my takeaway homework for everyone.
Oh, that's a good one.
I know you like that.
He won't let me stop once I start.
Is that when you see yourself getting stuck in moments, personally and professionally, and you just kind of freeze, right? And you're in that like, okay, I can't move forward. I'm going to go sit in bed rot instead of doing the things I need to do or whatever. However that like manifests in your life, just stop. Give yourself a moment to take a breath. Give yourself grace and kind of work through that on your own and understand like why you're frozen. And start doing the work, digging a little bit deeper to understand it. Is it something that like, are you truly incapable of completing whatever it is? Like, do you not have the ability, the skill, whatever it may be? Like, do you need to ask for help? Right. Like that also creates fear. Like, do you need to ask somebody for help? Are you to a point where like you got it as far as it can go and now you need somebody to like do those pieces for you?
Yeah.
Is it something that is stuck in your brain that, is preventing you from thinking that you're good enough to be there? Like, why?
Yeah.
And accept those things. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, you can't change what happens.
Right.
So just accept what was done or said or whatever and realize that that's not truly who you are. That's a reflection of the person that said it or did it or whatever. Like, you've done all these amazing things, so keep fucking going.
Right.
Like, push through it, power through that, and show yourself like, no, I'm better than that one memory.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. And that is how you get to know yourself, by stopping in that moment and saying, okay, let's pause on this frozenness. Let's freeze on the frozen and chip away at it. Even though you said Jim, I heard chip. It helped. Chip away at it, but in a productive way, not in a looping way, where you're asking yourself those questions and you're really, you're curious about who you are. That's going to make such a huge difference.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this live, Andrew, and you want to hear us talk about something, send me a DM. If you want to follow Dr. Nicole on TikTok,
Salted Mermaid.
Salted Mermaid. She is, who are you on Facebook?
Nicole Danielle.
Nicole Danielle, and I'm Stephanie Michelle Skilton on Facebook, Stephanie Michelle Skilton on Instagram. Who are you on Instagram?
McNicky D.
McNicky D.
I like to switch up my name.
Right.
Still the same person, it's fine.
Or Quantum Coffee Podcast on Spotify and YouTube. This will probably be the first episode. So if you're watching on the podcast and you heard something in this episode that you want us to dive deeper into, leave us a comment, because I know for me, I'm paying attention to what's happening, and whatever the topic was supposed to be, who knows if we talked about it or if we talked about 10 other things that we could probably dissect and go deeper into. So definitely leave those comments. Let us know what you want us to talk about. And if you don't, we're still going to talk. So we're still going to do the thing.
We'll start out with your topic, but it might road trip around all the things. And
Yeah.
There eventually. Don't worry.
We'll get there. We will get there. All right. Throw it back at her.
No park bucks.
Hi. Okay. Okay. Love you guys. Mean it. Bye.
Hey, bye.